As we continue monitoring the Brewers' lead atop the rest of the National League. Then tonight, it's Pirates ace Paul Skeens versus the businessman Kyle Harrison. Harrison has been sidelined since July 11th while nursing left forearm tightness. The Brewers' lefty starter was officially activated from the IL this afternoon. Skeens versus Harrison. First pitch tonight, 6:40 p.m. Pre-game coverage starts at 6, immediately following Molly and Jim, right here on 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Jim Rutledge.
I'm sorry, you are not serious about winning football games and winning a Super Bowl and going deep into the playoffs if you don't have a kicker.
Molly Brown.
You should be going further than getting a 7 seed and not winning a playoff game. That is a fact. You should be getting further with this team that you have.
Welcome to Wisconsin's afternoon hangout.
BS say that Jordan Love's the 10th best quarterback
I'm not
in the
feeding
league.
into you talking about something that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
It does have something to do
Go
with
for it.
Best quarterback.
But I literally agreed with you.
defensive player.
But here's the thing. I
Yeah.
agreed with you saying that Jordan Love is the one holding them back.
Yes.
Move on.
All right. So.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
You're feisty today. All
No,
right.
I'm just telling you.
This is Molly and Jim, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
It's good to hear you're still a positive person after working with Jim for as long as you have.
Alongside Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
Welcome into Molly and Jim. We are presented by Coors Light. The mountains are always blue, and sometimes we are chill. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. And Evan Cohen will be joining the show a little bit later today. And I bring up Evan Cohen, Molly, because Evan Cohen is maybe making the case for Jordan Love's MVP campaign, starting to lay out how it could happen. And he said it on Unsportsmanlike this morning, and I want to hear this, play it for our fans, and you can chime in and react, 844-770-3776. That's the Carbos Talking text line. Less is more. I want to play this for our fans, and we'll also react to it.
Jordan Love is a sneaky MVP candidate for some people because they presume individual success. They assume team success. But narrative, I believe, is tied to Micah actually not being there. Like, imagine if Micah is not there for the first, let's call it 5 games based on this latest reporting, and they're 5-0. That helps the narrative of, look how good Jordan Love is. He's leading a team to an undefeated start against all of these good teams without arguably the best player in the NFL.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. If the Packers start 5-0 and Jordan Love is playing at a high level, he is absolutely an MVP candidate. If the Vikings start 5-0 and J.J. McCarthy's their quarterback and he's playing at a good level, he too will be an MVP actual candidate. But here, like, I don't know if Evan said anything. We have Evan on later, so I'm glad he's on today because he starts it with my favorite, some people. So you basically he created a straw man.
I don't think we have Evan on later today.
We have Lane Grindle today.
My fault.
Get it together. It's Wednesday.
I saw Evan Cohen down here. So we have Lane Grindle on later today.
It's not like we were just prepping for the show for 30 minutes or anything like that.
Yeah, no, I looked down and saw Evan Cohen's name. That's my bad. So anyways, I will ask Evan about it later next time we have him on. But to me, it was the idea that he says somebody. He literally created a straw man. Because he's not saying he thinks that. He says some people think that.
Well, we know that Evan doesn't think that because Evan doesn't think that Jordan Love has proven anything, and Evan thinks that, not to put words in Evan's mouth, but the few times that he has joined our show and talked about Jordan Love, he has said that we're still in the phase of trying to figure out who Jordan Love is, which I don't think that's necessarily the case, but Evan feels that way. So Evan does not believe that he'll be an MVP candidate, I don't think.
So the question is 844-770-3776. It's a Carbos Talk text line. List is more. Our side of the limited poll question. Do you think Jordan Love will be an MVP candidate after the first 5 games.
McLovin Me Softly on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream says, last time we saw Love without Micah, they were 0-5. He's not even the MVP of his own team. I will say some caveats, not caveats, but some differences with those games. So those games were against, let's take a look at those games. The Broncos, which they were up until Micah Parsons and Christian Watson both got hurt. Then they played the Bears, Ravens, Vikings, Bears again. So I think one of those... Ravens was because the defense was god-awful, as much as people don't want to admit that. But going to look at this season, too, I think this plays in their favor as well, as we've talked about in the past. But the Packers kick off their season this year, first 5 games of the year. Vikings, Jets, Falcons, Bucks, Bears. So, Bears are going to be a hard team. Vikings, who knows, depending on who they have at quarterback, and that one is in Minnesota. But, you can look at the Jets, Falcons, and maybe even the Buccaneers one and say, hey, those might be dubs. I don't want to count Baker Mayfield out either, though. That makes me nervous. But there's definitely a chance that they could win anywhere from 3 to 5 games there.
Absolutely. 844-770-3776. That's the Carbos Talking text line. List is more. The more interesting part when I heard that was, and I don't think it's wrong, the MVP of the Packers is Micah Parsons.
Yes, and I think for more reasons than just because he's so good. I think there's that leadership factor, too. I don't know how much that plays into it. Are you trying to watch the Cubs almost get beat right now?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Thank you. I can tell that you are focusing on that rather than our conversation. Do you want to just give us play-by-play of the Cubs game? Because we can definitely do that.
I'm listening.
No, I might just need to shut it off.
Go ahead.
But no,
you know what?
What were you saying? No, it's fine. Leave it on.
No,
this is sports. This is sports. We are engaged fans.
I am absolutely turning it off.
We are engaged fans. This is why we love
I closed
sport.
my computer because I want to be engaged, and then right behind you. This is honestly the worst thing. If you're trying to talk to your spouse and there's a major thing happening behind you, like a sporting event, and if all of a sudden that's when they need your attention, and you're trying not to watch the sporting event. Yes,
but here's the thing. Maybe we should switch seats then, because this happens every single day.
Oh, really?
Yes, just to take a peek behind the curtain, this happens every day. Burnt Brat on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream says, dummy, you are dumb. Love is the whole team. So I'm assuming that he meant Jimmy. But it might just be dummy. Dummy, you are dumb. Unless he's talking about McLovin Me Softly. I'm not sure which one. But what was your question?
Micah Parsons is the MVP of the Packers.
Yes. I was like, wait, where did we leave off here? I don't disagree, but that, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't care if my quarter, again, we've talked about this time and time again with look what you got when you had Brett Favre and look what you got with Aaron Rodgers. Okay, you have 2 Super Bowls there. That's great. Glad that we have 2 Super Bowls. But we should have a lot more as a team with both those guys, right? So it's I look at Jordan Love and I'm like, okay, would it be awesome if he was MVP caliber? Of course, 100% would I love that. But it's kind of sweet being able to have Micah Parsons, one of the greatest players in the NFL right now. Yeah, he's going to be the MVP of the season when he comes back, even if he misses the first 5, 6, 7 weeks, whatever it may be.
You want to know how I know that Micah Parsons is the MVP of the Packers? It's because you can't do the normal trope of it's the most important position. It is a very important position. The quarterback being the most important position, then the MVP of almost just about every football team out there is the quarterback. But the best player, the person who is best at their job on the Green Bay Packers is Micah Parsons. And I'm sorry, I can't even have a football conversation with you if you don't think Micah Parsons is better at his job than Jordan Love is at his job. And that's why Micah Parsons is the MVP of the Green Bay Packers, because he is literally the best or second best at doing his absolute job.
I don't disagree with you. Disagree with you. TJ from the road says no MVP possibilities for J Love this year. He has a long way to go yet.
844-770-3776. That's Carbos Talk text line. List is more. We have Carlito on the line.
Yeah.
Hey.
Do you find your teeth yet?
It's really not funny if you think about what you guys are laughing about, but let's get on to football, which isn't funny either.
Okay.
So, because I love you guys. I'm a regular guy, and I got to tell you, society is treating me like poo-poo. It's not funny what you guys are doing about my teeth. It's not hilarious at all. But I will tell you what is hilarious. What's hilarious is your fan base thinking for 1 second that Jordan Love is not an MVP candidate. Look at the bums that they're playing. I'm a Steelers fan.
What?
I
thought you were a
love the
Bear
Steelers.
fan.
I've been a Bear fan because I was born there. You can't kick it out of me. I'm a Steelers fan since the Super Bowl against the Cowboys, because when I first came to Wisconsin, I met a little homie. I was a little guy. I went across the trailer court. He was watching the Steelers versus the Cowboys. Enough said. Let's talk about Jordan Love. The guy's a friggin' stud. It pisses me off that he's a stud. I'm a Bear fan. I might be a little low on sugar. I might be a little saucy. But let me encourage you from a point of view that makes me dry heave. You got weapons galore. You do have an MVP candidate for Defensive Player of the Year, if he's healthy. Micah Parsons is no Watt brother. Come on, dude. These guys get hurt all the time. Love and Parsons and all these Packers getting hurt and dropping balls. Just get your fan base together. Put some faith into it. Give them some hope. Smack. Oh, my God, you only made 3 field goals out of 8 field goals. Put some love into the fandom. Support your team. Support these guys. Smack is going to win you a lot of games.
Thanks for the call, Colito. I love that.
Smack is going to win us a lot. Is that what you ended his call with?
I think you said don't do smack. Was that yeah.
Or you'll lose your teeth. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I mean, I do think that Jordan Love is a good quarterback. I'm happy with him as my quarterback. I've said that time and time again. I'm good with it. Just in terms of, if we're talking about most valuable player on the team, it's Micah Parsons. And we saw that last year, exactly going back to what McLovin Lee Softly said on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Like, Micah Parsons was the I don't know if it's the camel holding everything together. I don't know, the straw that's holding everything together. Like the opposite of how it all fell apart.
Stirs the drink.
Yeah, he was stirring the drink for sure down at the Horseshoe Bar at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. That's what he was doing. Like,
you get it.
Yeah, for sure. He was the guy that led this team to success last season. Like, he could make up for, say, Jordan Love. Well, not necessarily in the Browns game, but he can make up for poor decisions or for the lack of other people on the defense being able to do anything. Like,
well, you could even look at that Browns game. The Packers' offense was inept that game, and the defense is what kept them in the entire time. And Micah Parsons is the leader of that defense. So I can't believe there's much of a debate as far as Micah Parsons being the MVP of the Green Bay Packers. But we are also asking you, 844-770-3776, will Jordan Love be an MVP candidate after the first 5 games of the season? That's what Evan Cohen said earlier. And I want to hear from Evan again, because this is actually incredible radio, because he really just othered the whole conversation.
Othered.
Let's go ahead and hear it.
Jordan Love is a sneaky MVP candidate for some people because they presume individual success. They assume team success. But narrative, I believe, is tied to Micah actually not being there. Like, imagine if Micah is not there for the first, let's call it 5 games based on this latest reporting, and they're 5-0. That helps the narrative of, look how good Jordan Love is. He's leading a team to an undefeated start against all of these good teams without arguably the best player in the NFL.
So also, Evan Cohen agrees with us. If he's calling Micah Parsons the best player in the NFL, and Jordan Love would prove he's MVP caliber by being able to win without the best player in the NFL. But here's my thing. He says some people assumes and presumes, and then the only thing that Evan puts his name on is the narrative, which is all made up.
Okay, but here's the thing, too. You brought up the Minnesota Vikings, right? Yep. So if you said if J.J. McCarthy leads them to 5 wins, that's J.J. McCarthy leading them to 5 wins at the beginning of the season without Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, but it's J.J. McCarthy. I'm saying any quarterback who's 5-0.
No, but I'm just saying, think of, let's look at all the other players, even just in the NFC North. If each of these teams lost their quote-unquote best player, it'd be crazy.
Yeah,
like,
but
if the Vikings did lose Justin Jefferson, that'd be insane.
That'd
if
be
J.J. McCarthy or Kyler Murray.
Like, there's nobody on the Packers to take. I guess Josh Jacobs. That would be a higher degree of difficulty directly on Jordan Love.
Which they might not even have him. So then there goes that, too.
Then
that adds in another layer.
But if Josh Jacobs is not on the team, like, that's a more direct comp. I get what you're saying. It'd be, I don't know there's nobody on really any team in the NFC North outside of maybe Hutchinson, who's in the same conversation as Micah Parsons. The Bears don't have anyone, and I don't think the Vikings have anyone to that level defensively.
I can't think of anybody.
But I get your point on it. But taking away Jefferson is I mean, that'd be like taking away.
Yeah, but I mean, he still has Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison is still a better receiver than probably anybody on the Packers.
It'd be like taking away Watson at least for Love. And then you got Golden and Reed. Yeah, I'll give you that one. I
don't know. But no, I mean, Evan didn't say anything truly remarkable here. And I don't know. I'm curious. Do we have Evan tomorrow? I can't remember. We do?
Yep, that's
okay.
the plan.
Okay, I'm going to bank all of these.
That's what I was getting at earlier.
Honestly, I'm going to bank everything that you're saying, and then I also have a couple like texts and YouTube comments too about Evan's insightful take here. And we can give it to him.
Evan's take is literally, I don't know if you saw the trend. I think it was last college football season or maybe 2 years ago, but you just take your favorite college football team and be like, oh, I think if Wisconsin's 11-0 heading into Minnesota, they're going to be the number one team in the country. And then everyone just picked a game and did like, I think Michigan State's going to be number one in the country. Right. They're undefeated.
But didn't Evan literally last week say something about like he gave his top 5 quarterbacks or quarterback MVPs or something like that, and Jordan Love was number 5?
And it was because of narrative. It was the same thing. Like it was the narrative of Jordan Love. If they win without Micah Parsons, then it's like, well, he does it. So he literally is just...
Do you remember the stories of any of the other top 4?
No.
Okay.
So, but the funny thing is, you're right, Molly. Like, the Micah Parsons is the handicap that Evan is putting on the conversation. But also, I guarantee that... I should say guarantee. It's a high likelihood...
Guarantee!
I guarantee that if there's a quarterback who starts 5-0 this season, they're going to be at least considered an early MVP candidate.
Well, and I mean, the thing with Jordan Love, too, is it's not like he hasn't sniffed the MVP race. Now, has he sniffed at the most crucial time? No.
He's never gotten a vote.
But there's been points of the season that he has been MVP caliber, and he's been in the conversation.
His ceiling, he can play like an MVP quarterback.
Totally.
It's just he doesn't do it consistently, and that's what separates MVP quarterback play. Realistically, you could – I don't know about Goff, but the other quarterbacks in the NFC North, you can say all – have sniffed MVP play. Kyler's been a long time since he's done that. I think it's passed for Goff. So again, back to, what am the two teams I think have the ceiling of going to the Super Bowl in the NFC North? It's Green Bay and it's Chicago, because both those teams have quarterbacks who can sniff Super Bowl level play and MVP level play. Molly, your face is MVP today.
Oh, my face is MVP, and that is because I go to Carbon World Health. I get my hydrofacials done there, and you can too. They have all the different things at their med spa in Sun Prairie. Their med spa is absolutely beautiful, just from design, decor, just like cleanliness too. It's just amazing. So I suggest that you head over there if you're looking to get started on like a med spa journey. Otherwise, they do have their location more on the west side too, which is great. They've got their gym there.
I was just there today.
Amazing.
Saw Ken. Great folks over there.
There you go. So if you want to get started on your health and wellness journey, head over to Carbon World Health.
Molly and Jim rolls on after this.
Even without Micah Parsons, the Packers defense is still better than the Bears defense.
Yeah.
On 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Bryce Clark is co-owner of Capital Lock, a growing business here in Madison. They implemented a workflow automation solution from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
We use DocuWare. It's a document imaging software, helps capture basically all the documents that we have.
Such as?
We primarily use it for accounts payable and accounts receivable, pretty much anything relating to our sales or payments side of accounting.
And Bryce, the impact of the DocuWare software solution from James Imaging Systems?
It's nice that we can scan in a document and now anybody can just look up that document number and we can find that piece of information.
The overall business benefit for Capital Lock?
It's made us wildly more efficient, especially me.
AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 608-221-3457 or visit jamesimaging.com.
There's a spirit you can only find in Door County, and Door County Distillery bottles it. Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Locally made in Carlsville, Door County Distillery crafts small batch spirits with Wisconsin ingredients and the flavors that make Door County unforgettable. From brandy, gin, whiskey, and my favorite, cherry vodka, my dad makes a mean cherry mule, to cocktails, tastings, tours, and more. It's a true Door County experience. Visit Door County Distillery in Carlsville or find your local retailer and more at doorcountydistillery.com.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation, and it definitely shouldn't feel like a game. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin believes in straightforward pricing, honest conversations, and helping homeowners find the right fit for their home. Because a fair final price matters more than some flashy discount. Pella never inflates pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. And when you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, one trusted team handles everything from start to finish. The same company that manufactures your windows and doors is also the one selling, installing, and servicing them with Pella certified installers every step of the way. That means confidence in the process, confidence in the product, and one team standing behind the work from beginning to end. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Looking to buy your next home or ready to sell and move on to bigger and better things? What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Ready for some fun in the sun this season? Let's get housed. Nobody knows what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get started. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
You're listening to Molly and Jim, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Molly and Jim continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Jim Rutledge alongside Molly Brown. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. We're asking you, will Jordan Love be a MVP candidate after the first 5 games of the season? Those are the 5 games that Micah Parsons is likely to miss. Evan Cohen said on Sportsmanlike today that if Jordan Love goes 5-0 without Micah Parsons, he'll be an MVP candidate. I 100% agree with that. But I also think most quarterbacks, regardless of the handicap that they would have, would go if they go 5-0, they're going to be considered an early candidate.
So I guess I think of it different, too, because there's so many what-ifs in my brain of, well, okay, if Micah Parsons is out, and let's say the Packers do go 5-0, but Jordan Love really isn't the star of those, to me, he's not a candidate in that case then. Because what if it is, God, this is wishful thinking, but what if it's like Lucas Van Ness steps up, and he's one of the biggest reasons, and he kind of takes on that, and, like they're not really throwing the ball too well, or receivers are dropping this is all like a million what ifs and just like whatever brainstorming here. But to me, there are more other options besides Jordan Love that could potentially be the quote unquote MVP. Like I think of primarily like Josh Jacobs. He's going to be the guy that has to step up to the plate on the offensive side, where obviously everything's going to flow through Jordan Love.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And it's kind of like the most likely scenario that if a team's 5-0, the quarterback's probably in the mix there, just by like process of elimination. Yeah, there's a million different ways they could get there, and this kind of ties to it. And I know we're going to talk about QB tiers and
kind of ties to it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but with that. Thanks for not letting that slide. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Also, before when I was laughing, I just want to say this now.
I was going to ask you to break.
I just thought about it. Because you looked like you were playing the piano. Because like when you talk with your hands.
Yes.
And like you either do like hit the table, but like you were hitting the table and it looked like you were playing the piano on the YouTube stream. So I was like, if people like didn't know what you were doing, they would think that you're like literally playing the piano because you're like, do And whenever you have, so I'm just gonna say all the things that you randomly do. When you have something to say and you don't want somebody else to step in, you're like this the whole time, about to raise your hand. It's we're not at a freaking auction right here now, okay? Okay, we all know that you have something to say.
You know what's great about?
And then you stop listening too. So then as soon as you have your thought in your brain of what you want to say, because you don't want to forget it, you just don't listen to what the other person's saying. Some what you say kind of isn't relevant a lot of the times, and it's okay, you're just you just had this in your brain, so now you need to say it.
So Riley's our couples therapist. Riley, who's right or wrong
Is that
on this?
true, Riley? You've noticed it too.
So
he does it on the jump round too. Don't even lie.
I don't know if Jim stops listening when he has a take. I haven't been working with Jim as a host as long as you have. That's the only thing I can't confirm. The talking with the hands, the piano, yes, that's true.
Now, I would like to, you know what's fantastic, Riley, when you host with Molly, is that she's flawless.
No, I'm not.
It's sheer perfection. She has no
the
tendencies,
sarcasm?
no idiosyncrasies, nothing at all.
The sarcasm is so real. Why do I do this wrong?
Oh, here we go.
I don't know, Jim.
Riley, I'm going to go back
right,
to
let's
therapist.
get
Jim talks about how I caress my computer when I talk, but it's really because there's a metal little plate on my computer that I touch. I don't know. It's odd.
It's very distracting.
I can't see it because of your
exactly,
hands
you
blocked
can't see
by
it.
the
That's
computer.
the difference. Where I'm not going.
First of all, I'm not the wavy, wacky,
Yes, you are.
inflatable balloon guy.
Yes, you are. Basically. Anyways, what do I do wrong, Riley?
This segment was brought to you by BetterHelp.
I think we should just get back to the Green Bay Packers. That's what I think.
I'm going to have to go to Chalmers Jewelers just to keep Molly happy here. Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton. They are Madison's custom jeweler. They are Madison's family owned, and they are Madison's locally owned jeweler. Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and Middleton. So, Molly, with the actual Packers here, I want to get to a little bit more, and Mina Kimes had some good stuff with Bill Simmons that I enjoyed, and it kind of, to me, reveals the disconnect between Jordan Love and his stats and his play, because The Athletic came out with an article. They have it number 10, 10th best quarterback in the league. I like The Athletic's articles because they put him in tiers, and he's a tier 2 quarterback, and I would agree with that. He made a slight climb up the tier, not I think maybe from 12 to 10 or something like that in their tier system. Now they talk to coaches, GMs, the whole mix. So that I find very fascinating, and I think it's just I think you got to take them all with a grain of salt. And everywhere Jordan Love is landing is somewhere around 10, 11, maybe 9, right in that window. But the tier 2 part of it makes a lot of sense for me. But if you looked at his stats, he should be in the Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen conversation.
Okay.
And that's the part that is hard to reconcile. And I don't know, and we can. Do you have any guesses why? Because it's always the stats, and Jordan Love makes some plays, but it could just be not having the opportunity. But it always seems fans go to the stats and not. Remember when Jordan took over this game or sealed this game or closed out this game? It's stats for the lovers, and it's the wild interceptions for the haters.
Well, it's so interesting because I am not a stats gal, hence the reason I'm not a big baseball gal here. I don't, I couldn't even tell you how many yards Jordan Love threw last year. I know a lot of people have that in their brain where they're 3,000 yards, 4,000 yards, whatever it is. I don't care. I genuinely don't care how many touchdowns he throws. I don't care how, interceptions kind of care, but also, to me, it's the outcome of the game.
Yep.
If he's going to have a bunch of games or just a few games that are like the Browns game where it's you're the one that threw that one away, not happy. But if you're, and let's think of the Cowboys game too. I'm okay, that's bad.
He was pretty bad in the Carolina game.
Well, that was the one that Tucker Kraft got hurt in too.
But remember he also threw another cross the field crossbody. I
remember
they dropped
something.
It.
Yeah, they lost that game. They lost 16-13.
And he threw some.
But then there's other games that it's against the Steelers. He puts up huge numbers again. There's. So I guess I don't know what the majority of fans do, if they are more of the looking at stats or if it's more just vibes. I personally am more of a vibes. If I feel like you can lead me to a win, if I feel like you're the reason that we lost, if there's things that come out with the ozone with the Cowboys, that can't happen. That does not make you an MVP caliber player. So I guess I'm more that kind of fan versus being the stats fan.
Yeah, and I think most fans are, except for when you want to get into an argument. If you want to be on Twitter, then you're going to start digging for whatever stat
backs up your argument.
Yeah, and I'm guilty of that too. I think on the eye test of it, for the eye test of things, do we need to have like a talk after during the segment here or what?
No, I'm just telling you.
All right.
You don't do it anymore because you don't bring your computer, thank God.
Right.
Otherwise, right now, you'd be like, oh, Jordan Love, he threw 3,255 yards last year.
Yeah, because I took your feedback, Molly.
Oh, thank you.
And now I'm applying it.
Thank you. There you go.
Yeah,
exactly.
thank you. So I would like some credit for that.
Try to make this show better.
Riley, therapist? Who wins that one? Isn't that how therapy goes?
Hey, nobody wins
tell
here. It's not. We're on the same team. It's not a competition.
All right, this is Molly and Jim.
Molly and Jim rolls on after this.
I'm not a huge cigarette guy, but as they say, drunk cigs don't count. So,
On 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
At Carbon World Health, feeling your best isn't a luxury, it's a lifestyle. From advanced aesthetics and rejuvenating med spa treatments to personalized wellness care, everything there is designed around you. Whether you're refreshing your look, boosting your confidence, or investing in total body wellness, Carbon World Health combines medical expertise with a spa-like experience you'll love. Discover the med spa Sun Prairie is talking about. Book your consultation today at Carbon World Health, where wellness meets results.
The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise. From our family to yours, roofing, window, siding, gutters, and doors. Your solution-based company, community strong, and service that will please. Get a free estimate today. The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Meet Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because your next Mercedes Sprinter van is waiting for you.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
25 years ago, a generational Bucs team made an unforgettable run.
This is the place to be.
Light It Up, narrated by Jim Paschke, is the new season of the Behind the Bucs podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. This is the oral history of the 2000-2001 Milwaukee Bucks and their run to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Absolute bedlam here at the Bradley Center.
Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Thanks for spending your afternoon with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. A masterpiece from the Miz.
The voice of the Brewers.
And a fly ball to center, hit well. Friedel back at the track, at the wall. Joey goes deep.
And man of many accents.
And he's like, no, Ma, he's got too much torque on his swing. And I was just like, what is going on? I don't know if you guys have caught on yet or not. I don't do accents.
It's Lane Grindle on Molly and Jim.
You know what's always delicious? Tossing it over to Lane Grindle for some play-by-play in the third. Go get him, Tasty.
Lane Grindle is tasty. So is Yuengling. He joins us now on the Yuengling hotline. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, now officially in Wisconsin. DG Yuengling and Sons, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. And Lane, I got to know, how was that closed-door meeting with? Were you in on the closed-door meeting with the team earlier this week? How'd that go?
I was not.
Oh, I thought
I was not.
I don't know who gets invited to those things.
They, normally they would have me lead it, and I would do some sort of a charade or special talent.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, I wasn't asked this time.
Do you like a
so
magic
must
trick?
not have been my time. I don't have any magic tricks.
I wish I could
Levering
do
did a
magic.
magic trick with me a couple of road trips ago, a card trick that blew my mind. It was really incredible. It was the first time he'd ever tried it.
Oh,
and he nailed it. Yeah,
Oh.
it was really good.
Did he teach
It was really good.
Did he learn it from TikTok, or like how did he learn a?
I
learn a
don't.
magic
I
trick?
think. I don't. Where did you learn that card trick from? From Tim Dillard. He learned it from Tim Dillard. So we're paying it forward. I'll learn it from Jeff at some point. But yeah. So
So I have to ask,
There
with
you go.
road trips. Last week you guys were in LA. Well, I guess California for quite a
Yeah.
stretch. 8:45 starts, right? Wasn't that the time that they were starting here in Wisconsin? How difficult is that to get your body into California time? I have to imagine that'd be challenging.
I have a harder time coming back from the West Coast than going out there. Like the later starts. I mean, that's still just 6:45 out there, right? And you might not be totally adjusted to it, but it doesn't faze you much. The older I get, the more I struggle the day I come back from the West Coast. Even if we land at 8:00 Central Time, I'm still my clock just can't get it right. And so I'm kind of a zombie that first day. I went out and mowed the yard Monday, and it took me way too long to mow the yard. I just, was shuffling along and probably had squibbly lines and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, that's always, I tell you this though, it's kind of like Brewers late night, you get a little goofy on the air at times. You're willing to probably entertain conversations during those broadcasts that maybe you wouldn't for a Thursday afternoon game like tomorrow.
All right, Molly, we can never do a late night broadcast
No.
on the show. No,
No.
our show
Yeah.
already dances.
We're
those lines
quoting
where-
more movies. Yeah, we're doing movie quotes and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I might do an accent very badly. Those are all in play
Yes.
on a West Coast night game. Right.
See, I'm gonna just have to fire up a radio, or fire up the app and listen to Lane on the late nights. Late nights with Lane Grindle. I like that. A little monologue and everything. So, obviously, the fans get upset when the big names don't come through. They're like, all right, we're going to get lost in all the sauce, and we didn't get all the big name guys, so the season's over. And you understand how fans have that reaction. And I do remember when the Brewers traded away Josh Hader, it felt like there was a couple days of, or maybe longer, lingering oh, what are we doing? Is there a reverse effect if the players thought they were going to make a big move, that there might have to be a day or two of hey, this team, we still believe in you. We just we didn't think that person was worth the price, or we didn't think we needed that person to compete with the Dodgers?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think there's less of it in that scenario than maybe the previous scenario that you laid out. When you subtract from a major piece on your major league roster and you don't add something that feels equal to or greater than in value on the major league roster in the process, then that can have a little bit of an effect in the clubhouse for sure. I think the players understand that they're not the general managers. They probably all play it to some degree in their conversations and side conversations with the other guys. And what if we did this? What if we did that? But they understand that they don't have a lot of control over it. So I think that there's things they probably look at and say, we hope for this, or this would be great. But anything that you add means somebody's leaving too.
Right.
I mean,
Strange,
even if it means they're going down to AAA Nashville. So it's a tight-knit group. And I think they probably have thoughts of this is what we might do. But once it comes and goes, maybe for 24 hours they're thinking about it. And then I think there's hey, this is our squad. We've got to move forward with it. And we got a job to do now because we have the best record in baseball. Let's keep it rolling.
How much input does Pat Murphy have in trade decisions and different moves that happen throughout the season?
Yeah, anything that they do, he is in the middle of that conversation, and he is consulted on it. It's not one person. I mean, ultimately, it comes down to Matt Arnold with the blessing of the owner, right, to pull off, especially some of the bigger moves that you would make. But there's a lot of people that are involved in all of these decisions, guys running numbers, guys that are, scouting, and you're getting their input. And certainly the manager's input is very much a part of all of that, because there's not just the ball player element to it. There is the how does he fit the room element to it too. Right. And, the manager's certainly going to have his opinion on the ball player part of it, but maybe just as important is his opinion on, hey, tell me about this guy. What's he like? What's his reputation? What are we hearing from other clubhouses around the league or former teammates? How's he going to fit with this particular group? Because everybody talks about the secret sauce with the Brewers, and there's a lot of different things we can talk about that have led to this success over the last decade of Brewers baseball. But I think one of the most important pieces has been a great clubhouse culture, and you don't want to mess with that too much.
How close do you think that the Brewers were to getting Skubal?
I think in their minds, very close. I think they felt like they put a very strong offer forward for Tarek Skubal, and for whatever reason, Detroit favored the package that the Dodgers gave them. The timing of that one for me seemed a little quick. I mean, to me, I think that they could have probably held that for another 24 hours and tried to generate more interest and more of a market. I mean, there was a report yesterday that the Braves made a strong offer and never even really got engaged with. So, if you believe all these different reports out there, it's probably a little frustrating for some of the teams, because I know there were many teams that wanted to get in on that Tarek Skubal sweepstakes, and it feels like, the Dodgers, well, I mean, they did. They ended up landing him, and they got the final say, and they put forward the offer that the Tigers ended up accepting. But I think the Brewers felt they were really aggressive on it. They understood that this was a guy that could, I mean, it changes you when you have a Tarek Skubal. And not only does it change you, but it takes away the ability for it to change your opponent too. Right. I mean, it's kind of the double whammy with Skubal. If he was going to another National League team, that's a second problem if he's not on your roster. So I think you're probably thinking, if you're a Brewers fan, either keep him or send him to us. You probably wish now that the Tigers just kept him and made a go for it in the American League.
So with the Brewers, they did bring in a couple different players. I think headlined by Dustin May, which it really is frustrating for me because I'm an FAU fan. There's Dusty May, and so I'm really working hard not to say Dusty May, but Dustin May, the pitcher, and obviously out of the reliever from the Cardinals and from the Rockies. What do you think? How do you think they're going to fit? Obviously, you've probably seen them over the years of calling some games.
Jim, I love that. Here's Dusty May, who's the Dallas Mavericks head coach now, and won the national championship with the Michigan Wolverines. But you like him because he was FAU's coach. That's awesome.
That's where I went. Yes, that's my guy. Yeah.
Proud alum of the Owls.
Yes.
Right? They're the Owls.
Yeah, they're the Owls. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, I think Dustin May's a really good addition. When you look under the hood, I mean, what he throws and the way he pitches, I think fits what the Brewers succeed with. And so the one thing that I think, if you're into analytics, I mean, fielding independent pitching is a stat that a lot of people look at with pitching, and his is a full run lower than what his ERA is. So it's, like 3.1 something. That tells you that there's a lot of things going right for Dustin May, and you put him with this defense, with this Brewers team in the middle of a chase to win the NL Central again, and hopefully put yourself in contention to win the whole National League this year. Hopefully that elevates him a little bit too. And the Brewers are really good at looking at guys' arsenals and understanding what's the strength, how can we game plan this guy to even more success than what he's currently having. So I think there's reason to believe that there's some ceiling there that the Brewers can increase even more so with May. But JoJo Romero might have been one of the best, if not the best, lefty reliever that was dealt at the deadline. He's a guy that's dependable. When he comes back, he's going to be really valuable for the Brewers against the lefties in that Cubs lineup, right? I mean, there's a pretty good lefty in that Cubs lineup right now that's having a pretty good season. Obviously, the Dodgers have a bunch of lefties that you would be concerned with. So to add a guy like JoJo Romero helps you in the regular season, but also should hopefully really help you in October. And then Senzatella, a guy that I think fits the Brewers really well also, a guy that's going to get a lot of ground balls. We saw him get a ground ball double play last night in his Brewers debut. You figure that there's going to be more of that over the course of his time with the Brewers.
Lane, our producer Riley is quite honestly the biggest Brewers fan that I know. How can you make fans like him feel better about the Brewers not acquiring a big bat at the trade deadline?
Yeah, I mean, I think people felt like the Brewers needed a bat specifically at the deadline because you had some guys that weren't swinging it great that no matter what, you have to count on. Big parts of the core. I mean, obviously, we know Yelly's going through some struggles right now, but Churio had been pretty quiet. He hit a home run last night. That was his first in a month since the 4th of July, and he looks like he's on it now because he was really locked in last night at the plate. And typically when he gets locked in, then you get a good stretch. He's kind of streaky like that. Contreras is going through his struggles. If the Brewers are going to win a playoff series, if they're going to win the pennant, William Contreras has to hit. Jackson Churio has to hit. You're going to have to get those guys playing at a really high level. And so no matter what bat they would have added, that wouldn't have changed that part of the narrative. And so that's the most important thing for the Brewers offense is that you get these key pieces going. And I think they will. They've been able to keep their head above water offensively because of what Jake Bauers has done and Joey Ortiz bat coming alive. And Bryce Strang's been really good over the last couple of weeks as well. So there have been enough guys that have been hitting to still keep winning baseball and play winning baseball games. But if they want to get on a real roll, those guys will have to get going too. And I think that they will.
So with that, fans always like to play this game of being the manager and, let's move this guy down or this guy up, or why can't, what do managers do when certain players who have a great back of the baseball card slump for a while? There was Vaughn and Churio. He talked about Contreras, a couple guys just not doing exactly what they've done most of their career. Like, how does a manager go about that? Because these guys have proven they know what to do. They know how to get out of a slump. But at the same time, I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm doing something, right, to help these guys
right.
out. Yelich is part of that, too, of, like, how do you manage someone on a slump?
I think that's the difference between a 162-game season and maybe a 50-game season like you see in college or something like that, right? You have the luxury and you have the runway to stick with guys and to believe in them and to give them the ability to get themselves out of it. You maybe don't have that in a short season. You don't have that in some of the other sports either because there's this different sense of urgency to every single game. I think that's the beauty of 162 is that guys are going to have their struggles and you just anticipate that it's going to happen over the course of the year. You hope that the valleys aren't big valleys and that the peaks last for a lot longer, but there's always going to be ups and downs. And so you ride it out the best you can. Sometimes it gets to a point where you do have to move a guy down or you have to give a guy a couple of days just to recalibrate a little bit, take some pressure off of them. That does happen. But I think more often than not, you're going to see managers stick with core pieces to what their lineup is, and they're going to ride with them for a long time, maybe longer than fans think they should, because the upside is so great when you get them on the other side of that.
Lane, there's been a lot of discourse from the past couple of nights really surrounding Christian Yelich with him getting bumped down to the lineup, then Pat Murphy sort of taking it upon himself to defend Christian Yelich. I heard he got booed a little bit last night. Didn't hear it on the broadcast. Can't confirm or deny any of that. But we hear Christian Yelich, he's so important to the team as a leader, even when he's struggling at the plate.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little bit more for those of us on the outside, just how much does Christian Yelich still mean and still impact this team, even when he's struggling a bit at the plate?
Yeah, there's a reason why everybody references him as the captain, even though he doesn't have a C on his chest. I mean, he doesn't need one. Everybody just knows that he's the leader of this group. He is a very steady presence. When things are going good, he's not showing you that necessarily. And when things are going bad, he's there every day putting his work in, trying to do what he has to do to help the team every single day. I think the thing about, initially they had him in the 7 hole yesterday, and then Bowers got scratched, so he ended up hitting in the 5 hole. But I think the thing about that Murph could even write his name next to the 7 spot and feel like that was something that he could do without it turning into a huge event tells you a lot about Christian Yelich. I'm not sure that other players of his stature that have accomplished what he's accomplished would be as team first in that moment as Yelly would be. And so that's the thing about him that I think people appreciate. He's been through everything in this game. I mean, he's been at the very top of the game. He's been the best player in the game in 2018 and in 2019. He's gone through some really tough slumps. And then he got himself back. Last year he had 29 bombs. He was an all-star the year before he had the back surgery. So I think that's the other thing you take from all of this is like, yeah, he's going through it right now. He's been through it before. We saw that in 22. We saw that to some degree in 23. But he can get himself back because he has gotten himself back in 24 and 25, and you hope that he finds that form again here when it's the most important here down the stretch.
Lane, so I've said this before, I'm not the biggest baseball gal, but I do love listening to you guys on my drive home every single day. Almost every day, I should say, during the summer. But so I am in the process of learning more and more about baseball, and one of the things that I just learned the other day that I did not know was a thing was a personal catcher. Fascinated this is even a thing in baseball. But I wanted you to drop like your most inside baseball term on me, and please explain.
Oh, man. Well, there's like the thing about it is like there's different terms that just kind of come and go that people start using and they become like in vogue types of phrases in baseball. So you're saying personal catcher is a new one for you.
There's a lot of new stuff in baseball for me if I'm being fully transparent. A lot of new things that I didn't know existed.
Right. Now, one of the phrases that I hear a lot right now is the fastball at the very top of the zone. Everybody references it at the top rail, right? So that's kind of an inside baseball. You might not know initially what they're referencing when somebody says that. So that's just up top of my head. That's one that has become, kind of in vogue a lot this year. I feel like I'm hearing it more this year than in years past. There's so many more. I'm just blanking.
Okay, well,
I'm not good when people put me on the spot.
Oh no! Well, then that is your homework then for the next time that we talk with you, and then I can learn more and more, and you can just keep dropping more knowledge on me.
Absolutely.
As we're working this out, I actually kind of like almost a vocabulary test for can of corn, and like obviously Lane knows what they are, but like that could be kind of just some old baseball terms.
Lane has like the Nebraska connection. There's of course like the corn. I don't know what is can of
that
corn.
Is like
I don't
the
know.
oldest baseball term out there.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you.
Lane, why don't you explain can of corn to Molly?
So can of corn is when there's like a pop-up and the fielder is settled underneath of it and reaches up and makes the catch. And it comes from grocery stores, I believe, where you would knock a can of corn off the top shelf and then catch it as it came down because you were underneath of it. And I learned that from a video game years and years and years ago when they explained it on the video game when I was a kid playing baseball. That's how I learned that phrase.
Yeah, I think I probably learned it the exact same way.
Okay, interesting. Good to know.
See, there we go.
Do you say ribbies or RBIs?
RBIs.
Okay, me too.
100% I say RBIs. In fact, Josh Maurer said ribbies the other day on the air and then apologized to me in case like I was going to be mad about it. And I was like, I'm not mad about it, but I don't use it. But
And I'm still learning baseball terms too, but we had someone like a guest come into the studio and Molly thought they swore because they walked in here and they were talking about PCA's F war. And so like all these terms. She's like,
I don't know what the F stands for. Is like I know WAR is wins above replacement. Couldn't tell you what that means, but I know that's a thing. But what is F for?
I don't actually know. I know it's a stat.
Yeah, so I had to look that up.
I don't know either.
There's B WAR and there's F WAR.
Right.
And it's just who's calculating it. So F WAR is Fangraphs.
Okay. And then baseball ref would be the B WAR.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah, I learned that. I learned that right now.
So honestly, someone else in our show prep was like, "Oh, it stands for fielding." So yeah, no, like so now they were even wrong. They said it very definitively, but we're wrong.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
All right. Well, see, we all
The
learned.
more you know.
Yeah, we all learned something. Baseball has got should have its own vocabulary book.
Love it.
Lane, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
That's Lane Grindle, and you can hear him. Brewers versus Pirates, first pitch tonight at 6:35. Pregame coverage starting at 6:05.
You're listening to Molly and Jim, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by the Jump Around. Don't miss new episodes of this exclusive digital show talking all things Wisconsin sports. New episodes debut Thursdays at 12:30, streaming on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Wisconsin football starts training camp this Thursday at the new Kellner Family Athletic Center. Entering the season, UW's roster is made up of 33 players acquired from the transfer portal. Head coach Luke Fickell spoke at Big Ten Media Days last week, and he hopes that number is significantly smaller next season.
If we were looking for 8 to 10 to 12 starters, I would hope next year, done the right way, we're looking for 1 or 2 starters tops.
Wisconsin's 2026 transfer portal class ranked 38th, according to 247 Sports.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Remember when your favorite Pizza Hut classics came with prices like these? Good news, they're back. Introducing the Throwback Value Menu, featuring the new medium one-topping stuffed crust pizza for just $10, and other favorites starting at only $3. Plus, try the new Triple Cheese Mac or satisfy your sweet tooth with new s'more sticks. Check out the full Throwback Value Menu at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. That's pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46. And I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Baseball season is in full swing, and there's only one way to celebrate, with a Surfside iced tea and vodka or a Surfside lemonade and vodka. Smooth, refreshing, and made for game day. Surfside is the perfect match for a day at the ballpark or catching the game at home. Surfside is only 100 calories with 0 bubbles, so it goes down easy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Must be 21 plus. Please drink responsibly.
Your family's safety is your responsibility, and it starts with a solid roof. When the next storm rips through and takes some of your shingles with it, call Badgerland Exteriors. Or looking to replace your whole roof but don't want to break the bank? Let the team at Badgerland Exteriors give you a free, no obligations estimate.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
At Gruber Law Offices, our biggest priority is the care and service we provide to our clients. We know accidents can be overwhelming, and we're here to help every step of the way. Call now. One call, that's all.
Welcome back to Molly and Jim, your afternoon home for Wisconsin sports talk on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Plug it in, load it up, let's play. Time is money, I've got plenty, I got all day. Just one more level, just one more life. Lean on my shoulder, I'll hit you twice.
show, and you can watch that back on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream and stream it on the ESPN Wisconsin app. And Molly, the Brewers were winners last night. You could be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where winners go. Millions of dollars are won every single weekend at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. So go be a winner and go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. $500,000 was won last 2 weeks ago at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. So, what was your biggest takeaway, Molly? As we got a couple minutes here, and we're going to get back to some Packers talk here on Jordan Love. But what was your biggest takeaway from Lane?
I think one of the biggest things that stood out to me in terms of like the Skubal trade was that he was surprised by how quickly it was done. And I didn't see the report either that the Braves were in it as well.
I didn't say it either, no.
Lane didn't say this, but I think it's sketchy. So I think that just further backs up that this whole deal is sketchy. And again, I don't know if this has to do with trying to get him on a big contract before everything may change after this lockout and whatever happens here. But I did think that that was super interesting and almost like reaffirmed my feelings as like an outside fan, I guess I would say. I thought his comments on like the bat was interesting too. Basically saying like, yeah, like they could have got a big bat, but like it really wouldn't change things a ton. I don't. Maybe I misperceived that how he said that, but
that
just with like
more of like
the other people in the lineup too. I don't know.
The way that was very much a baseball. Not even because he works for the Brewers. That's a baseball answer. Like,
right.
Hey, get these guys. Or you hear a manager talk, they're going to go, look, when our hitters come back and start hitting better, we'll be playing better, which is true. I think the more realistic reasoning besides not getting a bat was there was not really a bat out there to get. And
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the bigger and harder part for it was that there was nobody available at the trade deadline where the Brewers could just add them and be like, all right, now we're good to go. Now we got the bat that we needed. So I found Lane just overall interesting, and I'm curious where this team goes going forward. It's a weird mixed bag that San Diego's gotten better. Chicago just swept the Dodgers. I don't even know how you like. Are you happy about that, or are you worried that the Cubs are all of a sudden really good? Because at this point, I think the Cubs have the third best record in baseball, or at least the third best record in the National League. So that's not going to be a cakewalk. And then I guess
still 5 games behind the Brewers.
Oh yeah, the Brewers have won the division,
worth.
but they're the Brewers are they're going to have the better regular season. But you don't want to face a team if you win 100. You don't want to face a team that won 96 as your wild card team.
See, that's why the dream is the Dodgers end up overtaking the Brewers for the number 1 seed. Then the Brewers get the 2 seed. So then the Dodgers and the Cubs, one of them is going to eliminate the other in the divisional round. And then the Brewers can face the D-backs or the Padres or the Braves, whatever. Then you only have to go through either the Cubs or the Dodgers, and you don't have to try and go through both like they did last year. That's the idea.
Yeah, but wasn't the whole narrative last year was that the Cubs aren't that good? Especially compared to the Brewers? Wasn't that what everybody, like, last year that was what the narrative, where, like, Brewers fans thought that they were going to sweep the Cubs, no?
Well, after the first 2 games, it definitely felt like
they're up
they were
2-0.
going to sweep the Cubs.
I would say...
I just feel like the
that
narrative around the Cubs last year was just that the Brewers were so much better.
I knew the Brewers were definitely better than the Cubs last year, and they proved it in the playoffs. I don't know if it was to the point where Brewers fans didn't think the Cubs had any chance.
I don't think Brewers fans thought it was going to go 5, though.
I was thinking 4. I was thinking 4.
Yeah, and so this time around, I don't know, but you also have to watch out for San Diego, the Braves, all these teams.
None of them slouches.
So that's the interesting part. But I guess it's kind of bittersweet. Like if you're all right, so the Cubs maybe are getting hot, but maybe the Dodgers are not the Dodgers and everybody else. I don't know.
Apparently, though, I forget which account posted the graphic of the Dodgers are only 12-17 in their last 29 games or whatever, and then you look at this exact same stretch last year, they had one of these 2. So
Was this your depressed Brewers fan account?
This was another one. Depressed Brewers fan. He was dunking on the Dodgers all last night. It was great.
But here's my question though for you. So, if like, wouldn't okay. I don't know how to phrase this. I just started thinking about this. But if the Dodgers lost with all of the incredible players that they have, even if it was like to the Cubs, and let's just say like the Brewers were out. Like, wouldn't you just be stoked for whoever it was as long as it wasn't the Dodgers? Like, that's kind of how I feel about baseball right now.
I wouldn't be stoked for the Cubs. This is the lesser of 2. The Cubs have somehow found themselves on an even plane or now even slightly lesser evil than the Los Angeles Dodgers, which I didn't think was possible.
Yeah, Dodgers are number one in my mind.
In a playoff, I don't know. I was having this discussion with my roommate who's a Cubs fan. I'm not sure who I'd root for in a playoff series between the Dodgers and the Cubs.
I'd for sure root for the Cubs.
But if the Brewers are out of it,
for the Dodgers. Yeah, that's
Brewers
the
are
thing.
out of
Brewers
it.
done. I don't know. It's tough.
Let's
can't
say that
I'd root for
the
Cubs,
Brewers
though.
are still in, and you have to root for one of the teams because let's say the Dodgers are playing the Cubs. Who are you cheering for?
I'm cheering. In that case,
gotta be cheering for the Cubs.
If the Brewers are in it, I want the Dodgers. I want the Brewers to be the team to knock out the Dodgers after last season.
But we just said 2 days ago that you think that the Brewers can maybe win 2 games against the Dodgers.
I'm back in. Logan Henderson pitched better than Tarek Skubal yesterday.
He didn't, though.
Yeah, he did.
He did not. He did.
I'll pull up the stat line.
I saw the stat line, and I'm like, so Skubal played the best offense in baseball and had the same, if not slightly better, stats.
Also, Skubal just went across, 3 time zones to get to his new home?
I hope he didn't.
Oh, wait, no, he was in Chicago, wasn't he? Oh,
yeah.
never mind.
Yeah.
That's 1 time zone, Michigan to Chicago. One time zone.
I think he did go to LA.
New team.
I think he did, but what a stupid plan. Why would you go to LA and come back?
Just wait and just fly
Okay,
from
you guys act
Detroit
like it's
to
like
Chicago.
flying internationally or
I know,
something.
but
It's like a
still,
3-hour flight.
They're also
Calm
baseball
down.
Like
players.
a half an hour flight if you fly from Detroit to
before
Chicago.
we get the break here, and I'm sure the Brewers had this too. It's funny, like some of the stories around the trade deadline, because teams had players showing up in their other team's gear. And even if you watch some of the games, like last night, they're probably switched by now. They were wearing the shoe color of their prior team.
Oh, wait, didn't I hear somebody saying that they were wearing Cardinal red something? I swear to
Taylor,
God.
our teammate, was saying there was a guy in the Cubs wearing his Angels red.
Oh, that's what it was. Yes.
Shoes, because he came over from the Angels. I'm sure
Wouldn't be shocked if Dustin May has a red glove or red shoes he's wearing
But it's
today.
funny, like they show up.
How do they not have just gear to give the new
The
guys?
shoe part is interesting, but I think it's probably they want to break them in a little bit.
Yeah,
like I don't
fit.
think you
I
want to wear
guess.
your shoe first time out, so they probably break them in a little bit, so those aren't ready to go. But these guys walk in. I was listening to the broadcast, or I was watching the broadcast last night on TBS, the Cubs Dodgers, and they're like, these guys walk in, and one, you're kind of like a 12-year-old again walking into a new team because you just show up and you don't know any of these people,
Right?
And you've only seen them on TV, and then also you have your prior team, Dustin May shows up and he's got his
Cardinals
Cardinals
hat, his
his
Cardinals bag.
his jacket, the whole thing. And I'm sure they're as soon as he gets it, they swag him up.
Right.
But then he's got to put all that stuff somewhere and then take it back. But that's probably the clothes you have is just all this stuff.
All your old team's gear. That's all you wore.
I'm way too introverted to ever be an
crazy.
MLB player. I couldn't do
They're
that.
pretty introverted.
I couldn't do it.
In the group. So within the group, that's kind of where they live. They're not the most extroverted people in the media and things like that, but within their clubhouse.
Yeah, but I'm just saying to go to
You wouldn't
a
want
new
that.
team and feel like I can talk to people, I'd be so uncomfortable.
It'd be
hey
tough.
guys, oh yeah, Brandon Sproat just left. I'm here to replace him. Great.
What up, guys?
Yeah, I love that. Great.
He was your best friend? Oh, my locker's next to you? Fantastic. This
Yeah.
is great. Yeah.
That sucks.
Good times. This is fantastic. This is Molly and Jim.
You're hanging out with Molly and Jim
So anytime anyone says diarrhea, in my head, my brain goes, cha-cha-cha.
on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Chevy is called the heartbeat of America for a reason, and Silverado keeps its rhythm. You feel it in the TurboMax engine with best-in-class standard torque, an available Z71 off-road package that keeps you rolling when the road turns rough, and the most functional truck bed with best-in-class cargo space. They're trucks that work as hard as you do, so you can do more of what you love without missing a beat.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Based on latest competitive information, excludes other GM vehicles.
This is Wisconsin linebacker Mason Posa.
Mason Bosa shuts the door.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good evening, Madison. My name is Riley Yauk, and this is your Sports Center update, brought to you by the Jump Around, a Badgers dedicated show. Tune in every Thursday at 12:30 on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel as Jim Rutledge and myself talk all things Badgers. The Jump Around every Thursday at 12:30 on YouTube and wherever you get your podcast. Tomorrow going to be a good episode. Don't miss it. Packers defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon spoke with the media for only the second time since arriving in Green Bay today, and he said it's pretty simple deploying Micah Parsons in his defense.
a player like that, it's not, very complicated in my opinion to use him or deploy him in a way to affect the game in a positive way. And he could see himself, we were talking the other day, he could see himself in a bunch of different spots and different calls. So that's kind of cool, and it'll just be our job to make sure that he gets his touches, which he will.
The Milwaukee Brewers look to take another game from the Pirates tonight at American Family Field. A great pitching matchup on tap between Kyle Harrison and Paul Skeens. First pitch slated for 6:40 with pregame coverage beginning at 6:05 right here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Jim Rutledge.
I'm sorry. You are not serious about winning football games and winning a Super Bowl and going deep into the playoffs if you don't have a kicker.
Molly Brown.
You should be going further than getting a 7 seed and not winning a playoff game. That is a fact. You should be getting further with this team that you have.
Welcome to Wisconsin's afternoon hangout.
BS say that Jordan Love's the 10th best quarterback
I'm not feeding
in
into you talking about something that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
It does have something to do
Go
with
for it.
Best quarterback.
But I literally agreed with you.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I agreed with you saying that Jordan Love is the one holding them back.
Yes.
Move on.
All right. So.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
You're feisty today. All
No,
right.
I'm just telling you.
This is Molly and Jim, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
It's good to hear you're still a positive person after working with Jim for as long as you have.
Alongside Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
Molly and Jim continues. We are presented by Coors Light, and sometimes we are chill. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream and stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. We did talk some Packers and Jordan Love a little bit earlier, asking the question, do you think Jordan Love will play, or do you think Jordan Love will be a top 5 MVP candidate after the first 5 games of the season? Asking that question, but I want to get more into Jordan Love as him as a quarterback, and is it a reflection of Goody and the overall team and how they build some things here? And Bill Simmons, on the Bill Simmons podcast, had Mina Kimes on from ESPN, and Mina's great because she has got a background, I believe, like in finance, so she really, I think, understands the numbers.
She likes numbers.
Yeah, and she gets into the numbers, but also the way she talks about numbers is the way that, like, the rest of us would talk about plays. And you'll hear it right here because she really enjoys the play of Jordan Love.
But yeah, he's a really good quarterback. And he has this reputation as being this incredibly irresponsible interception machine that's not substantiated by reality. Actually not a high interception rate. I believe bottom 10 or something in football. The problem is that when he does turn it over, it looks so unbelievably goofy.
Yeah.
That it sticks in people's minds and has a disproportionate impact on the public imagination that makes people think he turns it over all the time. But he doesn't. All of his rate stats are unbelievable.
Well,
when you go back and you look at DVOA, EPA, QBR, passer rate, whatever you want, he is top 5 or better in all of them. The film nerds and the stat nerds both love him.
But the scouts and the GM and even the players, when they ranked it out, don't love him as much as the stats indicate they should. I don't know what the hell that means, Molly.
I mean, I think she's hit it, though. When he does throw an interception, it looks bad. His interceptions come at sometimes bad timing. Like the Browns game last year, where it's what are you doing?
What's going on?
Yeah, but I feel like, they've gone down in the years, so I don't think interceptions are his biggest problem.
No.
There's a multitude of things that I think accumulate to make him look bad, and again, part of that is I don't know if that starts with Matt LaFleur with him.
So it is interesting, and Derek Engler did chime in earlier that his son was basically, the quote was, he's inconsistent, bro. So
he's inconsistent in the sense of he can go from having a game where he has 300-something yards to the next game he has 100 yards. I don't think there's inconsistencies with him turning over the ball.
No, the turnover
thing,
that's not a thing anymore.
It's more of just the the fundamental decision making.
Yes.
Is kind of what comes to my mind, where it's like, why did you throw that ball there? Why didn't you go out of bounds? You know that your guy needs to get out of bounds, right? Why did you take that sack? It's different things like that. That's more of what has me questioning. I obviously can't speak for like scouts and whatnot and higher up in the NFL, but like that's kind of where I am. And it's just this, I honestly feel like it's just this overarching like feeling. And in my mind too, I think we're always going to compare him to Aaron Rodgers. We always will. And that's never going to be beneficial for Jordan Love.
No.
And I feel like the league does too.
I think wins is a big part of this and not closing out games, because I would say he's inconsistent within the same game. Because you can look at the playoff game. There was, for 3 quarters, he was dominant. And then the whole offense, including Jordan Love, just stopped doing anything.
But again, I don't know if that's play calling. I don't know if that's Matt LaFleur not making the adjustments to adjust to what the Bears did, because the Bears changed their defense. I don't know.
Is that Love not? I don't know the answer on that either. Like, I really don't know. Is that Love not seeing it? Is that because, I mean, you can make some changes, but then the last 2 drives, the Packers were like, we got to score.
Yes.
And they didn't.
Put themselves in a poor situation.
Well, one was a missed field goal. So but I mean, still try to go for the touchdown here. But what I found interesting, which I think is fair when you talk about Jordan Love here, here's what I thought, and this is where my biggest thing with Love, and I've just kind of leaned towards this, is that you're right. Love throws at times out of his, and there are, like, if you want to talk about advanced stats, Love was middle of the pack, if not a little bit on the bad end of, like, all of his interceptions were quote-unquote bad interceptions as opposed to, like, throwing a 4th down interception or throwing a 3rd and long interception. Like, when you looked at, there was a stat that kind of showed it, and he didn't throw a lot of interceptions, but every one of them was kind of like, oof, like a 1st down or 2nd down or bad positioning sort of interceptions. But even sometimes when his big plays, sometimes it looks like, F it, I'm going deep. And it's like, how in God's name did that ball fall through 7 people's hands? I remember one time I was like, it looked like a Madden game where there was like a glitch, and the guy disappeared for a half second, and then the receiver was able to catch it. But here's what an unnamed offensive coach had to say about Jordan Love and The Athletic, and I think it's proper at this point. He's always getting away with it. Those crazy, wild, sometimes reckless throws. So at some point, I just have to tip my cap.
Okay.
So I think for me, why I always struggle with it is that there's still his biggest chunk plays, so many of them feel like, F it, I'm going deep, and they somehow fall between 4 guys. But at this point,
couldn't you say the same thing about so many other like, I mean, I think of Caleb Williams. Look at some of the throws where you're like, how the bleep did that even happen?
This is not like that is the not. I mean, Jordan Love specifically has been called out on that, but I'm tipping my cap to him now.
I understand, but I'm saying that's like a Favre thing too. You could probably say the exact same thing about Favre.
And at some point,
like, how the hell?
And I had to tip my cap to Favre. So for me, at this point, I say, you know what, Jordan Love's just the guy that's going to complete those. Like, I just look at it and say, hey, at this point, when that ball's in the air, instead of thinking that's a terrible, dumb throw, that's going to get picked, I'm thinking that's probably going to end up landing in a Packer's hand. Yeah, and he's earned that.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess I look at that as a positive. I don't know.
That was a positive. I mean, that was listed as a positive.
It's just
thing
interesting because it kind of sounds like a negative, but like it's like, is that a backhanded compliment? I don't know what that is.
Definitely seems like a backhanded compliment.
Sure.
But that was the leading headline on The Athletic.
I understand. Is there another quote or no?
Yeah, there's some other ones in here. He's good. I was surprised at an opposing defensive coordinator. Really solid, mobile, threw with better accuracy than I thought. I gave him a 2. That's they ranked him as a 2. Then they talk about EPA. Smart, can do things at the line, has the arm talent and the mobility when he needs it, but also knows how to sit in and deliver. Not a consistent killer, but he plays good ball and you can win a Super Bowl with him, which I think is kind of how we've thought of Jordan Love. There are years where I could have pushed Love up to bottom of tier 1, top of tier 2. He needs more consistency week in and week out. He has some WTF plays and throws like, why are you doing this? And then another person said he's still coming into his own as a player. Early on, he was trying to be Aaron Rodgers. You could tell from his mannerisms. Too cool for school. I think he's starting to settle into who he is. He has the size and the length and all the tools.
Again, I do think that there's stuff with Aaron Rodgers where there's also that pressure and that mindset, like you said. Oh, you're trying to do what Aaron Rodgers did. For him to then almost how we talked about with like Trey Smack and what Matt was saying yesterday with like changing your form whether it's kicking or golfing or whatever it is, like he probably took a while just to even get out of like the mindset of like, I need to be Aaron Rodgers.
So there's a little bit more here because this is where he's not Aaron Rodgers. Because I think if you can create pressure on him and make him move around, it ain't the same. It took Aaron Rodgers 3 years to learn how to manipulate the pocket. Brett just did it. The question is, will Love ever learn it?
Which that's also, I mean, that's a huge thing for any quarterback.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're talking about a guy of how do you go from tier 2 to tier 1. Like, he was clearly in the tier 2, which is, I'll give you the guys in the tier 2 in a minute. I used to think Josh Allen was a 2 because he just does too much where I go, okay, it's not by the book. It doesn't always look the way it's supposed to. But God, it's productive. Jordan Love is the tier 2 version of that. He is at times careless and overly aggressive. It looks like it shouldn't be working, and then he gets away with it. And at this point, I just have to tip my cap.
How many times are they going to say tip my cap?
That's the same. That's the full quote. Like there was a quote at the start of the piece here, and then
very confusing quote.
That was the first quote.
Like, how many caps are we tipping? Are we in the 80s? Like 50s? What is this?
All right. So the tiers. You know what? On the other side, I want you guys to come up with a list. You've probably seen it, Molly. Why don't you come up with a list of quarterbacks you think are in tier 2? I'll give you the number of quarterbacks in tier 2.
Okay, I was going to say, how many is there?
Yeah, I will give you that on the other side. But J&K Security Solutions is tier 1. They will protect your home or business from anywhere in the world. So make sure to contact our friend Jeffrey over J&K Security Solutions. With commercial fire protection, commercial security, and home security, J&K Security Solutions is your solution.
Molly and Jim rolls on after this.
What is the bottom of a porta potty? I genuinely don't know how a porta potty works.
On 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Simple, affordable business technology solutions from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Listen to Bryce Clark, co-owner of Capital Lock, a local Madison business.
James Imaging Systems, they helped find the solution that worked for us, both the software and hardware solution paired together that makes things incredibly more efficient.
More efficiency. Does that mean you and your staff are saving time?
I would say between 20 to 40 hours a week.
That must make a real operational difference at Capital Lock.
Obviously, the more time we have to dedicate to other jobs or other things, it makes life so much easier.
Bryce, what's your advice to other local businesses?
First of all, you got to find the right partner.
Like James Imaging Systems?
Oh, absolutely. Very proactive, solutions-based, and obviously really friendly and great people to work with.
AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation from James Imaging Systems. Call 608-221-3457 or visit jamesimaging.com. That's jamesimaging.com.
Ben Bruss here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
Every tailgate has one. One person who brings the grill. One person with the long games. One who's convinced this is the year. But everyone's favorite, the one who shows up with the carbless. Handcrafted premium cocktails with bold flavor, 0 carb, 0 sugar, just 100 calories, and gluten-free. No mixers, no mess. Just crack one open and enjoy. This football season, make Carbless the MVP of your cooler. Find your bliss at drinkcarbless.com.
There's lots to see and do at the Dodge County Fair. Fun for me and you. There's good times in the air.
Corn dogs, demo derbies, rock and roll, funnel cakes, wild rides, and roaring tractors.
It's all happening at the Dodge County Fair, August 19th through the 23rd. Get ready for 5 epic days of food, fun, competition, live music, grandstand action, and family entertainment.
Purchase tickets in advance to save money and make entry into the fair faster. Season tickets are just $35 and can be purchased at most Dodge County banks, Piggly Wiggly in Beaver Dam and Juneau, Leroy Meats, and the Market in Beaver Dam. Or just $38 at DodgeCountyFairgrounds.com.
Don't miss a minute of the Dodge County Fair, August 19th through the 23rd.
So come on, everyone, to the Dodge County Fair.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile. your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Greg Scalzo here for Buck and Honeys. Congratulations to the perennial Best of Madison Award winner by the folks at Madison Magazine. Meet me at Buck and Honeys to celebrate Wisconsin hospitality. Whether you're enjoying the view on the Yahara River in Monona, exploring Wanakee, visiting the OG in Sun Prairie, or checking out the new location in Mount Horeb, you can enjoy the Buck and Honeys experience in a neighborhood near you. Serving lunch and dinner 7 days a week with brunch every Saturday and Sunday. I'll see you at Buck and Honeys.
Thanks for spending your afternoon with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Molly and Jim continues. I will be listening to Brewers baseball in my big blue truck from Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb on my way home today. That'll be Lane Grindle on the call. Brewers versus the Pirates, first pitch 6:35. Pre-game at 6:05, and I'll be making the drive back to Oregon in my big blue truck from Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb. A better buying experience means the buying experience where you dictate how you want it to go. So if you want to be the expert, be the expert. If you want them to be the expert, they can be the expert. So go see my good friends over at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. So before the break, I gave Molly a little bit of homework. During the break, I gave her some parameters. So setting this up, I did give her, there were only 4 quarterbacks, so I'm going to give it to you, the fans as well. There were only 4 quarterbacks in the top 4 for The Athletic. Now, The Athletic does this every single year, and it is honestly viewed as the gold standard. Mike Sandel pulls back the curtain on his top-tier quarterback list, and he interviews and talks to a ton of people off the record, offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, and then front office execs. So the Tier 1 definition is carries his team each week, the team wins because of him, expertly handles pure passing situations, and has no real holes in his game. Now, we all agree that Jordan Love is not in that category yet.
Yes.
All right, so the top 5 QBs, Patrick Mahomes, for the first time ever, he was not unanimous.
Top 5? You only give me 4.
Top 4, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Top 4, he only got 49 out of the 50 votes as a Tier 1 guy. There was the first time ever he did not get all 50 Tier 1s. Josh Allen, tied with Matthew Stafford, with so I guess 2 and 3 right there. And then number 4 was fair. Joe Burrow.
Which, that one bothers me, but it's fine.
So in this setup, both Stafford and Allen had 2 votes as Tier 2 and 48 votes as Tier 1. And then Joe Burrow had 46 votes for Tier 1, 4 for Tier 2. Any major? I mean, I get the Burrow
my only
thing.
issue with Joe Burrow, which he was on my top 10 list too, and honestly, I think I had him at the bottom of my top 10 list, and this is solely because he cannot stay healthy. So he hasn't done anything. Yeah. He can't even make it to the playoffs because he doesn't stay healthy, or the rest of his team sucks, which is not his fault. But if we're talking about only on talent alone, then fine. But also, can't bring his team to win. I'm literally watching season 2 of quarterback right now, and he can't bring his team to win even when he's scoring 35-plus points.
He's living off that Super Bowl appearance.
Yes, for sure. Which, if he was my quarterback, if he could stay healthy, I'd be happy. But
right. It's interesting.
There's so much to it.
So 2 things. One, he came back last year and was great when he got a chance to play. Like when he played last year, he was very, very good, and he almost got the Bengals into the playoffs. And speaking of quarterback on Netflix, Joe Flacco with the Bengals, you're gonna like Joe Flacco.
About
that he's good. Not good player, but he's fun to root for. I will say this: if I'm a Packers fan, Joe Burrow's story with this Packers offensive line is at least in the back of my mind, because I don't love a top talented quarterback with a bottom tier offensive line. But Tier 2, we gave Molly the homework here. We're doing the homework here of I had Molly pick the quarterbacks who were in Tier 2. So Tier 2 goes from 5 to 13th with some ties in there. And I did tell Molly that the next quarterback, the highest quarterback in Tier 3, just to give her an example of what a Tier 3 quarterback was Bo Nix. So Bo Nix is a Tier 3 QB. Tier 2 is defined as carries his team sometimes, handles pure passing situations in doses, or has other dimensions that elevate him above Tier 3, has a hole or two in their game. I think that's a fair way to put Jordan Love. All right. We got the music fired up. We're going to have Molly give the list. It does not have to be in order.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
But I'm curious to go. We ready?
So I personally feel like I crushed this list. There's a couple that I'm a little weary about. But here is how it goes in no particular order. Okay. Jordan Love.
He's on the list. Yep.
Okay, thank God, because we've been talking about that. Lamar Jackson.
Yep. He's number 5.
Okay. Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott, number 7.
Where's Jordan Love?
10.
Okay. Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is, let me just look. I believe he's on the list. I just have to make sure. Yeah, Jalen Hurts is on the list. I'll give you for reference here where he falls. Jalen Hurts, I believe, is...
He's 17. He's at the bottom.
Yep, so he's 17.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so you're saying, okay, so that's literally bottom.
Yep.
Okay. Well, it's just funny because I have it listed on my sheet as like 1 through 13 because I didn't do like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams on that list. He is 11, I believe.
Okay. Brock Purdy.
Tied for 11th with Caleb Williams.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff is on that list.
Justin Herbert.
Yep.
You gonna tell me the numbers?
Sorry,
curious.
Herbert is higher.
Okay, it's fine. You don't have to scroll.
Herbert's
Drake May.
6th.
Drake May.
Herbert's 6? I thought you said Lamar. Oh, Lamar's 5.
Yep. Yes, Drake May's on that list.
Drake May, Jared Goff tied for 8th.
Oh, Jared Goff above Jordan Love is disgusting. Okay.
What about Drake May above Jordan Love?
Yeah, that's disgusting too. I can't wait until he epically fails.
All right.
I'm not saying that to Evan, though. He'll roast me. Sam Darnold.
Yep.
14th.
Baker Mayfield.
Yep, right there with him.
Also 14th.
CJ Stroud.
Ooh.
These are the two I don't know, and I don't know what other names they would be.
I don't believe he was on there.
Nope.
No,
he was
not on him?
But there's someone who is very CJ Stroud-esque who I feel like you might say.
Trevor Lawrence?
Yep, he's on the list.
Okay. So who would this other one be? Don't tell me.
Wait, who is she missing? Oh, yeah, you're missing one.
Could it potentially be Kirk Cousins?
No, you're missing an obvious one, so take a second here. Like, did someone probably honestly fill the CJ Stroud void of...
Oh, Jaden Daniels?
Yes.
You know what? I literally had him, and then because I just did a whole list of give me all of the current, like, starting quarterbacks in the NFL. I saw his, and then I was like, oh, I'm going to come back to him if he's not, and then, yeah.
I'll say that is really good.
I know, ball.
The only one, and there's a case from the Beyond It was CJ Stroud, and instead...
Well, I hated that CJ Stroud was on this list, but it's fine.
Yeah, but Jaden Daniels, like, that's almost like a slip-up with trying to make a list during a commercial break. Anyone you want to know more about as far as where they fell as far as tiers? As far as voting in the tiers.
I'm curious where Aaron Rodgers is in this.
All right. So
he had to be 3.
Yes. Well, he's in a tier 3, and he's one of those guys that falls into... He had 1 tier 1 vote, 19 tier 2 votes, 26 tier 3 votes, and 4 tier 4 votes.
Okay, wait. So there's 4 tiers?
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Okay.
One example was like tier 4. A lot of times it's the rookies in tier 4.
I was going to say it's got to be like Tyler Shuck, Jackson Dart.
No, both tier 3.
Really? Okay, disgusting.
So tier 4.
Geno Smith, who would be, where he had to
Yep.
be tier 3? No?
Malik Willis is tier 4.
Geno Smith's tier 4.
Malik Willis is tier 4, but Tyler Shuck is tier 3.
So here's unproven player, not enough information to classify, or veteran who ideally would not be a full-time starter. So Malik Willis falls into the not enough to quantify yet.
Okay.
Geno Smith, obviously, has not. You don't want him as a starter. Deshaun Watson, you don't want as a starter.
Penix
is on there. Don't want as a starter. Jacoby
Bryce Young?
Brissett. No,
Yeah,
Brissett's in tier 3. J.J. McCarthy's in here. Shador Sanders is in tier 4.
This is tier 4?
Yeah, so that's kind of, that all makes sense then.
Okay. Kirk Cousins, where does he fall?
He
3.
was 3, yeah.
Okay. Well, if Aaron Rodgers can be in tier 3, I think Kirk Cousins can too. They're very similar in my mind.
And then, like, for an example here, so it is interesting that, so I didn't even see Kyler Murray. He must be a tier 3 guy.
Probably.
So in the NFC North, just so we have that conversation, we talked about it before, so I'm just working my way back up. So Caleb Williams had 36 tier 2 votes, 14 tier 3 votes. Very interesting that it was most of his high votes came from front office people and defensive coordinators, and his low votes came from offensive coordinators. And because mainly like, hey, front office loves his potential, defensive coordinators love that. The quote was, it does not look too big for him ever. And offensive coordinators is like, hey, just run the damn plays. And then you had, we talked about Jordan Love's rankings there. Who else was on? Oh, yeah, so Jared Goff was the other guy. He had 4 Tier 1 votes, 39 Tier 2 votes, and 7 Tier 3 votes.
Okay.
The Tier 1 votes surprised me.
How many did you say? 7? No, that was Tier 3.
4.
4.
So Jordan Love had 2 Tier 1 votes, and then I don't believe Caleb had any.
Okay.
So I think that all fits.
Yeah.
All right, so nothing. Again, Jordan Love continues to fall into that somewhere around 9 to 12 range, clearly Tier 2. But I like this one because Tier 1 is very, very small. And I think that's the conversation that I've been trying to have for a long time. Josh Allen.
You're the elite of the elite, but also, yeah.
It's Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and not that these guys are flawless, but they've been this guy for a long time. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, you can't be mad at who they put. I guess the one that I was most shocked by, but I don't know if they had like a number constraint, but that Lamar wasn't up there just because I feel like he's always around those names.
He was one that dipped a little bit.
Yeah.
The biggest risers.
Which I don't have a problem with because I think he is Tier 2.
Yeah, I agree. And you can chime in 844-770-3776. It's Carl's Talking Text Line. List is more. On how you kind of think these fell. I like I said, this to me is the gold standard list. Because I just think that it really does kind of fully account for what the quarterbacks are. And I do think that Jordan Love is the 10th best quarterback. Is good. And he is in Tier 2 again, but he improved by 3. Last year, he was number 13. This year, he's number 10.
And this was the first year he received Tier 1 votes.
Yep, 2 of them.
Mm-hmm. Which I find
exciting.
notable.
Yeah.
And so, honestly, but this is also where I would. So he went from Tier 4 in 2023 to Tier 2 to Tier 2 to Tier 2, but he kind of climbed a little bit. Like he is.
Yeah, but look at how hard it is to get in that Tier 1.
Wait, I think he will continue
Like if
to
he's
get.
at the top of Tier 2,
He's going to continue to get marginally better. And I like this to me is a very fair way to look at Jordan Love. Yeah. Jordan Love is a quarterback. We've said it for a long time. You can win with, but maybe not because of. We got to play minute to win it here because we're going to win because of us here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what callers are we doing here?
Let's do Jordan Love is number 10. Let's do caller number 10. And bottom of Tier 2 is number 17, Jalen Hurts. Caller 10 and 17.
All right, caller number 10, caller number 17. You're going to win at least a $25 gift card to North and South Seafood Smokehouse. It might even be a $50 gift card to North and South Seafood Smokehouse if you pick the correct over-under. Now, we won it last time, right, Molly?
Yep, at the buzzer, I believe.
I think you're right.
Yes, so caller number 10, caller number 17, you got to pick the correct over-under, but you're going to get either a $25 gift card to North and South Seafood Smokehouse. It could even be a $50 gift card to North and South Seafood Smokehouse. So caller number 10, caller number 17, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. We'll play Minute to Win It on the other side.
You're hanging out with Molly and Jim
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I love what the Bears are doing.
on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited with my brother and business partner, Eric Brown. Siding Unlimited is Madison's choice for siding, windows, roofing, and doors.
Siding Unlimited delivers on expectations because our experience, integrity, and craftsmanship come through on every project.
For new siding, windows, roofing, and doors, call 608-220-0005 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Here's the thing. Buying jewelry should feel good. Not rushed, not pressured, and definitely not final if it's not right. That's why at Condon Jewelers you can exchange your purchase so you actually end up with what you really want. And when it comes to value, Condon Jewelers offers some of the best prices in the area without sacrificing quality, service, or trust. So whether you're celebrating a big moment or just treating yourself, you can shop confidently knowing they've got your back. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
Planning for your financial future shouldn't feel overwhelming. I'm Brian from Canopy Wealth Management, and I believe your financial plan should be as unique as you are. Whether you're a details person or you prefer the simplified view, we've got you covered. Plus, with our easy-to-use online platform, you can check your progress anytime, anywhere, even at 2 a.m. in your pajamas if that's your thing. At Canopy Wealth Management, we promise care, competence, and clarity in everything that we do. Get started today at canopy-wealth.com.
Paid for by Canopy Wealth Management. Canopy Wealth Management is registered as an investment advisor with the SEC.
I love a good competition, especially when it brings together some of my favorite things. UW Credit Union, Wisconsin sports, and some friendly trash talk. Mark Tauscher here, and it is my pleasure to introduce you to the inaugural UW Credit Union Games. Watch Wisconsin student athletes from various sports go head-to-head until we crown the ultimate winner. Follow along on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and all of our social media platforms. UW Credit Union, here for every you.
Hey Badger fans, football fans, and business leaders. I'm Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas, and I hope you'll join me on August 25th at the Madison Marriott West. Matt LePay and I will sit down for a live conversation about my journey from the NFL to entrepreneurship, sharing lessons on leadership, durability, and building success beyond the game. You'll enjoy dinner, networking, and have a chance to sample some of my famous Hall of Fame Farms Wagyu. Get your general admission or VIP experience tickets today at MiddletonChamber.com. That's MiddletonChamber.com.
Bo here from Ridgetop Exteriors. Southern Wisconsin got hit hard with hail recently. If your home took a beating, now's the time to take action. We've been delivering top quality roofing, siding, and window services locally for over 23 years. With free damage assessments and insurance experts on staff, we've been your licensed, local, and trusted contractor since day one. Don't wait until small damage becomes a big problem. Turn to Ridgetop Exteriors today. RidgetopExteriors.com. That's RidgetopExteriors.com.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 18th.
Uh-oh. Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battled the Seattle Mariners.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in August 18th at 6:40 on WISC TV in Madison, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Welcome back to Molly and Jim, your afternoon home for Wisconsin sports talk on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Continues. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream and stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Molly, before we play Minute to Win It, I do want to give you a little bit of credit because I don't know if you were just being nice, but I came in a little bit and Riley, what's you got a nice shirt on? Is that a T-shirt or is that?
Yeah, this is just an ESPN Madison T-shirt.
I don't think I've ever seen that. It's a nice look.
Yeah,
you got it from the team store, didn't you?
Yes, I did. When I got brought on full time, they gave you $50. Took advantage.
Okay,
$50 T-shirt.
No, this was surprisingly, about as much as a crew neck.
Okay.
I think it was about $15-20.
Oh,
What
that's
else
not
did
bad.
you get then?
Relatively. I got a white crew neck, a champion crew neck with ESPN Madison stitched in the left corner, similar to this, just white.
Yep.
Pretty schwanky. Able to get both of those for under $50. I was very happy.
So you did not spend any of your own money in the team store?
No.
How much was shipping?
Shipping, I think it ended up being about $10.
Oh, okay.
So it all came out under the $50 threshold.
Okay.
So I was pleased.
So I've famously said that obviously I go to games at Lambeau Field, but Lambeau Field has never gotten a penny of my own money. If I'm going there, I'm usually going there on my day job, which is a marketing consultant, and so the tickets are paid for by Good Karma, and then obviously I'm taking a great advertising partner of ESPN Madison, which means I am expensing all the Coors Light that I'm buying there. And so I have a good time. Lambeau Field is a good time, and also I don't have to pay for anything there, so I'm going to have a good time. I've also never in my life purchased anything from Good Karma in my 17 years.
Well, that's probably because this only happened like a year ago when we got a team store.
I think we had one a while ago, but like they kind of come and go. But I'm just saying that, like, because I know stuff has popped up, you can do it. I'm not saying you should. I was just curious where people get the custom gear. I thought,
Yeah.
So now I get it that when you're new, you get $50.
Yeah.
That's actually nice.
Would I have spent my own money? Probably not. But the fact that I received a gift card, I needed some good gear
sure.
and took advantage.
I love my ESPN Madison backpack, the water bottle.
We just got
like,
new polos for the golf outing.
Yeah.
That will be utilized.
And we got some great Iron Jock gear. But I was wearing this shirt today. This is a Jordan shirt.
Yeah.
And it's a polo, but it's not, I don't want to say necessarily my style. I got it coming back from Cedarburg visiting my family. And I bought I much more enjoy the Jordan t-shirt that I bought. And it's tie-dye pink and white with like Jordan in the middle. That's actually more my style. I think this shirt, as I got it now, is maybe too young for me. So I was a little bit...
That's the style these days.
Yeah,
the
so
sort of oversized baggier.
I'm uncomfortable in this style. And it's funny, my wife's like, what's with the shirt? She's like, it doesn't look bad. It looks a little boxy or a little bit different. And so left the house little insecure. So I went to Molly because Molly will give it to me straight. And I was like, what are your thoughts on this shirt? And you were actually nice about it, so I appreciate it.
I was.
Yeah. All right, let's play Minute to Win It.
Will they beat the odds?
Well, I set the over-under too high. Sorry about that.
Anything is possible!
Or crumble under pressure?
Oh, I'm screwed.
That's Ricochet.
This is the Minute to Win It on Molly and Jim.
Yeah, it is. And our contestants today are Travis from Blue Mounds and Matt in the greenhouse. Travis was caller number 10. He selected the over. He believes in you guys.
Blue Mounds State Park, I enjoy.
I have been camping at Blue Mounds.
Same.
One of the few places I've been camping before. Very nice.
I'm still trying to figure out if I like the pool or not. I think it really just depends on how full the pool is when you go. But it is nice if you're looking for like a kind of public pool. Like if you go there like on a Tuesday or Wednesday, like if you got some time off, take the littles there because they got a splash pad.
Take my littles to the pool?
Yeah.
When we're outnumbered?
That's fair.
It's 3-2.
But they have a splash pad, which is always good, and then they have a very nice, like, shallow end.
Okay.
And the pool doesn't get that deep at all. I think the deepest it gets is like maybe 6 feet. I think it's 5. So you can like hold the babies in the water. But you are outnumbered. But you put on the little puddle jumpers on Tyson, and he's good.
Yeah, you don't just leave him alone,
Little
though.
water wings.
No, but if you're in the water with the babies, no, not water rings.
Clearly, you guys do not have 3 children
but you gotta,
under 3 years
old. You
old.
got to do the puddle jumpers. Because then you hold the 2, and then, Tyson's got to be nearby. But the puddle jumpers will keep him afloat and nearby.
Yes, but also, no.
No? All right.
No.
I threw it out there. I do like Blue Mountain State Park. Maybe when they get a little bit older. All right.
All right. Anyways, we've been talking about the tier list that The Athletic put together for NFL quarterbacks. And while we have talked about it quite a bit the past couple of segments, I'm sticking with my category. Molly, you nailed the tier 2.
Okay.
Now I am testing both of you on tier 3. Every single name. There are 11 total. I set the over-under at 9.5 because you guys have been perusing.
All right.
So your timer starts now.
Bo Nix.
There you go.
Correct.
Kirk Cousins.
Correct.
Oh, good one. Rodgers.
Correct. 2, 3.
All right. So you said it's just tier 3?
Just tier 3.
Okay. Let's go with Tua.
Tua Tagovailoa, correct. That's
He's
4.
the starter. Kyler Murray.
Correct. That's 5.
All right. So where are we looking here? Do we put who's the Jets starting quarterback?
Oh, I don't know.
Why do I not know Jets?
Jacoby Brissett is 4.
Yep. All right.
You're halfway there, halfway through your time.
CJ Stroud.
Correct.
One, yep.
6.
Just think of all the teams. Not Shuck. Not Lawrence. Not. Giants was Jackson Dart.
15 seconds.
Jackson Dart.
Correct. 2 to go.
What are some of the more teams?
I'm trying to think. Indianapolis Colts. Who's
Daniel
there?
Jones.
Good one.
8.
We need one
more. You
more.
got to get 2 more.
Oh, 2 more?
All right, give me another team.
You got.
I'm trying to think myself.
Browns, no.
We're out.
Yeah, Jets. Who the hell is the Jets quarterback?
Literally.
That'd be Geno Smith.
Oh,
and
okay.
he is
so
in
he
tier 4.
Oh, he was tier 4.
Yeah, you missed out. You mentioned Tyler Shuck and never
He was
guessed
tier
him.
3?
No, he's tier 3.
That's disgusting. Oh, I did say that too. I complained about that on the last one.
Yeah. So you got
So
8
who else?
out of possible 11, which means Matt
technically,
in the
I mean,
greenhouse.
not technically, but you did say 9, like Shuck. So just for like our own, like you're right, Matt in the greenhouse still wins. So.
No, I didn't guess Shuck though. So
But
stop
I'm
trying
just
to like skew it that
No,
we
I'm not
won.
trying to say that we didn't. No, we wouldn't have won anyways. I'm just saying that I'm curious who else is on the list because we named 9 out of the 11.
Yes.
Even though we don't get credit for 9 out of the 11.
And you mentioned 10 out of the 11 if you include Aaron Rodgers, who you brought up last segment, I believe.
I did say Rodgers.
She said Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, you said Rodgers?
Yeah, I said
okay,
Rodgers.
then he was counted in that.
Dang it! If we just would have
I
said
would've
Tyler
guessed
Shuck
Shuck.
as a guess,
Yeah.
we would have had it. All right.
All right, Bo Nix is number 1. Aaron Rodgers, number 2, so 18th, 19th. C.J. Stroud, 20th. Daniel Jones, 21. Bryce Young.
That's one that we should have.
Panthers.
We literally were talking about him in the break.
Yeah.
About how small he looks. So
Yeah, he's actually pretty high up,
So
22.
the Shuck one is like when you said it, I was like, she said Shuck before, so you must have. I was like, she must know he's in 4.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I remember
No,
like
I
we
think
were
just in my mind he should be 4 because he hasn't done anything.
because I
That's
remember
fair.
like
He hasn't
that.
even been on like a nationally televised game.
He might not have been.
He should be tier 4. That's kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
But I have a friend who's a Saints fan who loves Shuck.
Isn't he older than Bryce Young?
I think so.
Yeah, he's old.
There's a few
There
pundits
is.
that are
I heard something the other day too.
so high on him, which I don't understand, but there's some people who love
I heard
him.
something about people like excited for the Saints in
Like,
general.
I think
Yeah.
Tyler Shuck is a fine quarterback. So I guess tier 3 is fine, but I don't know if he's earned that. Like I think tier 3 is like his ceiling.
It feels like it for sure. Maybe he gets up to Daniel Jones level. I'm not putting him above anyone else in this tier 3 list, which also includes Kyler Murray, who you guessed, Jackson Dart, who you guessed, Cam Ward for the Tennessee Titans. Missed out on him. Tyler Shuck, you named him, didn't guess him. Tua, you got. And finally, Kirk Cousins, you got.
Tua was a good poll. I forgot about him. What team is he on?
He is now on the Falcons.
Oh, yeah, because then
So-
weren't both of them hurt at the same time, Penix and him?
Yeah.
I believe so.
So
Penix
Tua
is
is
in
the
tier
one.
4.
So Tua was one I just made the guess for because I was like, Penix was tier 4. I remember that when we were
Yeah.
working through it. So I was like, well, then Tua's got to be tier 3. He wasn't on a list otherwise. So I was trying to think of Cleveland, but I think it was list. Like, there wasn't one. So
Yeah,
actually,
Shador is down the very last quarterback.
I feel bad that we didn't come
Crazy.
through, but also like 8 out of that 11.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. So, nice work, Molly.
Yep. That was the line I've probably
It's a good
been
line. It's a good line
least
because
confident
we should have gotten Shuck. We just didn't say the name. So you had a
True.
great line.
All right.
We were right on it. All
Shouldn't
right,
have gotten Shuck because he shouldn't be there.
well, that's fair too. All right, we'll wrap it up on the other side.
Molly and Jim rolls on after this.
How odd and strange it is that I find onion, alcohol, and cigarette breath combo very sexy.
On 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 18th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battled the Seattle Mariners.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in August 18th at 6:40 on WISC TV in Madison, or check your local listings to watch the game.
One call, that's all. It's not just a slogan, but a way of life at Gruber Law Offices. If you've been injured, call our team today. We've represented tens of thousands of injured Wisconsinites for well over 30 years. Trust Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Natural diamond prices are at an all-time low, creating one of the best buying opportunities you'll ever see.
At Chalmers Jewelers, that means more sparkle for your budget.
So whether you're shopping for an engagement ring, anniversary gift, or upgrading the diamond you already love, now's the time to make your move.
Because prices this low won't last forever.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Your family's safety is your responsibility, and it starts with a solid roof. When the next storm rips through and takes some of your shingles with it, call Badgerland Exteriors. Or looking to replace your whole roof but don't want to break the bank? Let the team at Badgerland Exteriors give you a free, no obligations estimate.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
There's lots to see and do at the Dodge County Fair. Fun for me and you. There's good times in the air.
Get ready for Dodge County's biggest event of the summer, the Dodge County Fair, happening August 19th through the 23rd. 5 days of nonstop action with the Badger State Truck and Tractor Pulls, Demo Derby excitement, and grandstand music from Phil Vassar, Vincent Mason, and George Thorogood and the Destroyers. All free with paid fair admission. Bring the family for animal exhibits, interactive displays, and classic fair food, plus carnival rides, commercial vendors, and all the fair favorites you look forward to every year. Grab season tickets now, just $35 in advance, or pay daily at the gate. For tickets and the full schedule, visit DodgeCountyFairgrounds.com. The Dodge County Fair, August 19th through the 23rd.
So come on, everyone, to the Dodge County Fair.
The sound of summer is on ESPN Madison.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Madison's home of the Brewers.
Track, wall, bye, baseball.
Catch every Milwaukee Brewers game this season on 100.5 ESPN.
Hit well, back, it is gone!
Brewers baseball on ESPN Madison is presented by Hard Rock Casino Rockford and brought to you by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Thanks for spending your afternoon with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Molly and Jim continues. See us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. And Riley, you brought this up to Lane, and I wanted to get your thoughts. I think I heard it on Wildy and Tausch a little bit earlier today as well. Booing of Christian Yelich. I will say this. I think, and I'm not a booer to begin with. I just feel silly booing, even if it's like someone I don't care. Like? If I was mad, it's hard for me to boo.
Mm-hmm.
I just like, because if you're sitting right here, I just start boo, like
It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I feel stupid. Like I'm actually trying to like be a ghost for my kids. That would make more sense for me saying boo than like booing someone. But I really don't see, like, Molly, we were at the game a couple years ago, Minnesota versus the Packers, and Jordan Love in the offense was terrible. and the entire
bad.
They didn't have a first down until like I believe the second half, and like there was like fake cheers in the second half when they got their first down.
Yeah, the pity cheer. I remember that.
Sarcastic,
but there was some booing as they went to the
which they deserve,
right? And
for being
same
honest.
with like the Badgers when the whole team is booed going to like the halftime locker room. But a single player of Christian Yelich's stature and importance with the team for having done nothing wrong, like off the field or as a person, and just struggling as a ball player to boo your own guy, it just is weird.
Yeah, I don't like it. I personally will never boo my own team. I'm not opposed to other fans booing the entire team. The Badgers getting booed last year, the football team made sense.
Now, be clear, I'm not booing in those situations either, but like, it's like, all right, I get it.
Yeah,
Like,
I
that's
get it. Or the
appropriate.
Packers offense being booed. I wouldn't do that, but I get it. I remember when I was a student at UW, when the student section was chanting for Chase Wolf to get put into the game in place of Graham Mertz, and they were booing Graham Mertz. And then Graham Mertz got hurt. Chase Wolf came into the game and sucked, and the boos promptly quieted after Chase Wolf sucked. That's just not me. But, yeah, I'm not a fan of Brewers fans, especially booing Christian Yelich. I understand he's struggling immensely right now. It would probably be smart if he doesn't snap out of this funk here soon. Throw him on the bench for a little while, give him a fake IL stint, and let Luis Lara play. He's been just fine playing the outfield. He's been just fine hitting. But Yelich has done so much for the city of Milwaukee, for the Brewers organization. He is a legend. Not a fan. Not a fan.
I'm not a booer, but I would understand more if like Yelich came back in a different uniform.
Yes,
and I still wouldn't boo in that scenario, and I still think, what are we doing? But at least it makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah, I'll boo other teams, or I'll always do the boo when the opposing pitcher tries a pick-off move at first. I'll do the classic, boo, that's stupid.
Like you do it like that, because I feel like there are times where like everyone's around you kind of having a little fun. You'd be like, yeah, boo this man, boo, and like it's kind of goofy like that.
Manny Machado, I'll still boo whenever he comes.
So is Yelich going to get booed every time that he goes up to the plate?
I hope not.
I don't
think so.
Like, how many times did he get booed yesterday?
I wouldn't be shocked. I don't know.
I think I know where you're going right now, though. Go ahead.
Yes, I wouldn't be shocked if after Pat Murphy called on Brewers fans to be more supportive, if he gets that cheer today
like
from the crowd, like a standing ovation, like, hey, we love you, we're still with you,
And then he
Yelich, like,
strikes out.
go get him.
But I will go
kidding.
further. I don't think Brewers fans needed to be told that by Pat Murphy. I think they would have done that separately.
I could see that, too.
Why? Just because you think Midbust's nice?
Yes, because he was booed. I think that just kind of contrarian fans would come back and be like, all right, that was too far.
Mm-hmm.
And I think to boo a baseball player who is a team Hall of Famer for a bad stretch, like if he was out getting hammered and there's pictures of him and then he's showing up,
and then he's sucking, that's different.
You could boo it or something like that. If Deshaun Watson's your quarterback, boo him. He sucks on so many levels. But like in this case, you're like, why are we booing our guy?
And there's also other situations where, to your point, there didn't need to be a manager interference or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to Brewers games during Joey Ortiz's big slumps. And then randomly, you'll get a random big cheer when Joey Ortiz, he's 0 for 3 coming up in a big spot. He'll get a sort of half standing ovation from the crowd because they know he's been struggling, and they're trying to sort of encourage him at this plate appearance. And again, does it work? Not usually, but it happens.
How would you feel, Molly? Like for me, it's like kind of double-edged sword. Like if I'm Christian Yelich, I'd be like, I appreciate it, but now I'm humiliated because
right now it's like a pit. Like okay, you're just like you're treating me like just like a sad puppy.
I would hate that as a player.
Yeah,
personally,
like if you're Joey Ortiz,
I
like,
love it as a fan.
Thanks, but now I feel so much worse.
Yeah, right.
Because
now I know that you guys all know that I've been sucking for how long.
Yeah,
but also like with Christian Yelich, he's been having back problems for God knows how long, and like the dude's been playing through it for I don't know when was the last time that he was good? I mean, Lane Grindle said it, like he was MVP caliber 2018, 2019.
Yeah,
like
I do agree with you. Put him on the IL because something's wrong.
Yeah,
he's hitting the ball. He's just not hitting it hard.
Just let him rest. Yeah, and whatever it takes. You'll need him in the postseason, but I don't like people booing him.
Brewers baseball next.
Dad, what do you do at work?
I